Right, Chow, you want to record? Right, we get started. Right, Boon Jasin. Okay, right. Your first paragraph. Okay, misrepresentation doesn't stipulate. It is the standard that stipulate. Right. So, right. Understand? Right. So if you want to write misrepresentation, right, implies, you can do that. Right. You can see here. Is meaning that represent the unfact. There's where got such word as unfact. Right, you can see the red marks. It has been highlighted already, so I don't know why you don't go and check it. There's no such word as unfact. Right. Oh, there's also some problem with your English, right? Like you see falsity. Okay. Right here, you already use a noun. Right. Falsity is a noun. Or misinterpretation. Right. This word here. Then you should also use a noun. Okay. Okay. Anyway, your grammar is still wrong, right? Moreover, misrepresentation means, misrepresentation means that falsity or misinterpretation by using untrue statement. Really. But anyway, you already mentioned the point, so I gave you 6 marks. Now, this part here, you pay attention. Right, you mentioned WeChat, WhatsApp, Gmail, Facebook. So basically, you're only mentioning one type of communication channel, electronic communication channel. Are you with me? Uh, this is really a joke, WeChat, WhatsApp, Gmail, Facebook. Then you have Twitter. Wow, fantastic. So basically, you only get 2 marks because you only mention one communication channel, right? Electronic communication channel. Okay, are you with me? Right, then, right, the first ways, right, is singular, right? The first way, then this word is redundant. It shouldn't be there at all. The first way, the first way investment advisors may misrepresent, like that. Okay, you see, the first way, yeah, okay, is using false statement in the investment recommendation. Right, so here I'm talking about the characteristics of an investment. All right, so So this part, you have not really expressed your answer properly, right? So this part is about the untrue qualification. Yeah, you get 2 marks. And here, Clear's other report. Again, I would relate this to the characteristics of an investment, this point here, right? So actually, I shouldn't be giving you marks, right? But I still give you 1 mark. So the fourth way, I don't know, again, this is characteristics, right? So by right, characteristics only give you 2 marks, but here I give you 3 marks, 1, 2, and 3. All right. So you better examine your answer properly. Right. Part D, the meaning of material information is, there's something missing here. Right. The meaning of material information is information which is considered important, right? So words like that. All right. Right. Material is meaning. Right. You can just say material means, right? Means, or you can better to say materiality. Change it into a noun. Materiality. Okay, just some grammar mistakes, so 5 marks for part D. Because part D, you didn't talk about non-public. Did you? Yeah, you talk about, non-public is here, so you get actually 9 out of 10. Right, you got full marks for explaining non-public. Right, so part E, second example. Right, not intend to cooperate. Not intend to cooperate. So I'm judging from the totality of your answer, all right? So you got 6 marks. So you better take note of those words that I highlight. I don't know what you're trying to say. Right. So yeah, standard 2, right? Yeah, you quote the standard, okay? Right? Are you sure it is private and it is material? Right. So what the reason why I'm underlining here this part here is, right? It's not whether this is public information or material information. We are talking about fair dealing. Okay, so this is totally useless, this statement. All right, you better focus on just fair dealing because the question is asking on fair dealing. Right. So basically, your question 2, you've only got 1 marks because you got it completely wrong. Right. You take note of this, right? Threat unfairly, right? It should be treat, right? T without a H. Threatened. Right. You got this completely wrong. So that's why you only got 1 mark. Okay, So D, so B, all right. Right. Now it's not 5. There's where got 5%? Where do you get 5%? So this is wrong. So I weigh in its totality, you still get 10 out of 12, all right, for B, right? At rest, you better take note, right? Disseminating, right? Still, I mean, not bad answer. You got 10 marks, 10 out of 12. D, right. So there's something you said here, right? Which I think deserves 6 marks, even though you got your conclusion wrong. Right. So this part is wrong. So hearsay is violated. So and actually you have contradicted your conclusion, right? You see this part here. He has placed the client benefit or interest before his own interest in this part, right? This part. But this part here, that's why you get 6 marks, right? However, he decided to charge higher commission. All right. So this part, yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. Okay. So you got this correct. So, but this part onwards, you got it wrong. So that's why you got 6 marks. Okay. Your last answer, right? Take note, will drop, right? Will drop. Future tense. Why past tense? Then will is already future, then this is past. You can't see your problem. This is simple logic. Will drop. Will in the future will drop. So without this. Okay. So this question, I judge it in its totality, 9 marks. Right. Your English, there's still some grammatical errors, right? Take note of what I've said. Any question before I move to another student? Wen Jiaxin. Right. Welcome. Chin DC, are you here? Right, Chin DC. Again, Chin DC, right? Do not copy the question. You got 28 plus 39. Right, you wrote something which contradict yourself. False statements include true statements. Wow. Okay. Nevertheless, you still got 6 marks. Right, the 4 types, yeah, you got full marks. But this part here, right, this part here, the primary, what? The primary way, right? You write an adjective. So here there should be something here. Didn't display the misfortune explanation for energized client. This part is very bad, right? All these words that I highlight, speculator counsel, You know, for case they have, as it were, MBA in back. Wow, this is very bad writing. You know, they try to maintain a strategic distance, right? The moment way, right? Or administration provided by the firm. This part is also fantastic. Restricted speculation, enemy administration. Wow, this is fantastic. I don't know what you're writing. Right? So I really don't know what you're writing. So, but you just wrote something, right? I just give you 2 marks. All right. This part, again, you know, you're trying your best to talk about materiality and non-public. Again, you make a mess. This is a mess. Material information is that creates sensible financials. Wow, this is, can't you feel it? That creates sensible financial specialist thing is imperative to contribute. What the hell you're saying? Impact on the price of the security, not cost. You know, contrast from the right now accessible open data. For illustration, gaining or misfortunes and change the resources, full stop. The non-public information is information before the spread. Wow, public information that's now not secured by standard 2A. I actually nearly fainted, you know, but so I weigh in its totality. Actually, you're actually writing rubbish. This is pure rubbish, right? I still give you 4 marks. Right. So here, basically, yeah, you mentioned, for examples, right? So here is also rubbish, right? Without affirmation, you know, without authorization, right? So you just simply add redundant words here. Right. Again, as I say, when I read like that, you know, don't copy the question, for heaven's sake. Right. So this is your answer. Right. So basically, in its totality, I think you deserve 10 marks. Right. In this case, which Richard did not violate, right? Did not violate. Right. And then here, this part you explain properly. So in its totality, I think you deserve 10 marks. B. Right. So in its totality, I think you deserve 10 marks. But here, there's something missing here. Right. You take note. Right. So C, in its totality, your answer here. I think you deserve 9 marks. All right. D. Now this one you got it wrong completely. Right. So in its totality, you got 2 marks for part D. E. Right. There's something missing here. Receive what from the CFO? Right. In its totality, you deserve 8 marks. Any question? Chin DC? Right. Take note of your mistakes. Li Zijian, are you here? Right, Li Zijian. Do not copy the question, please. You got 38 plus 34, 72. Right, so this part is rubbish. Those that are highlight, right? But also reduce the information about the industry. You know, you should have just leave this statement out. Okay, but because you mentioned false statement, omission of fact, right? Okay, so basically you still get full marks, 6. Right, communication channels. Yeah, you still mention all this, but then those that are highlight, right? You see, basically those that are highlight, you don't need to put it in, right? It mess everything up, right? It's very badly written and you don't need it. You just mention the identify, so simple, identify, just mention blah, 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 boom, 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 and you get 8 marks. Why you want to mess it up? I'm not asking you to relate it to misrepresentation. I'm just asking you to identify, the 4 types, misrepresentation may happen. That's all. So it's basically these 4. Okay, so don't mess up your answer. Right. So no, not method. Ways and methods are 2 different things, right? Okay. And then why must you seize your customer? Wow. You try to win over your customer. You don't try to seize your customer. Nevertheless, because you still mentioned you got 8 marks. Right. Part D. Right. Now, if I ask you to explain separately, by right, I should put it another paragraph. Like that. So it's easier for me, for me to give you marks. Right. Just look at the word that I highlight. There is, material information means that there is a reasonable investor will be considered important information in making of an investment. Right. I know what you're trying to say, but that means, the reasonable investor, this reasonable investor will be considered important information. Right. Right. Material information is any information that a reasonable investor, will consider important information in making an investment. Are you with me? Okay, so this is very, very badly written. It changed the meaning of the word, meaning of sentence completely. Right. So that's why you get 8 marks. If you write this properly, you get 10 marks. Right. So this part is okay. Question E. Right. So this part here. This is rubbish. Can't crowd out the customer. Right? All customers already know, that this company has different fees. You remember what I say? The company has made known to the client, right? So, wow, personalized professional service can be accepted. Ay. Right? According to the standards, personalized professional services, right, uh, uh, can be provided as differentiated service to customers who are willing to pay for high quality services, like that. Okay, so that's why you screw up here. That's why you get 8 marks. B. Right, so in its totality, you get 8 marks for B. C, in its totality, the same standard as B, you get 8 marks. All right, but you must compare with my answer to see your shortcomings. This part, you got it completely wrong. And this part is also fantastic. Customer-friendly software. I don't know where you get this from, but you got this wrong completely, so you get 2 marks. Right, so you are the hero, right? So in this quarter, right? So the case was talking about last quarter and next quarter, but you come up with this quarter. So I don't know which quarter you're talking about, right? So in its totality, you still got 8 marks. Any question? Li Zijian? Right, thank you. Right, one more. Fu Ga Wai, are you here? Fu Ga Wai, are you here? Right, I will review your answer now. Right, Fu Ga Wai, you got 32 plus 41. Okay, now here, as I said, the standard states, not misrepresentation states, right? So basically, you still got full marks. All right, so B, not much, you still got full marks, right? They may omission a fact, they may omit a fact, all right, like this. They may omit a fact that should be delivered to their client, should, something missing here. The other way, right? Not the other ways, is that they may give untrue statement because they're only talking about one way, right? An untrue statement. So this part here, all right, the other way, right? So basically, I don't know. I mean, in its totality, I give you 2 marks. Right? Because you're not talking about the other 3. Right? You're only basically talking about 1. Right? Material, right? Here by right, it should be, materiality. Materiality. Okay? Materiality, right? Is defined, right? Is defined. All right? So you see your mistakes? Right. So this part, this is a big screw up. Material information is the information that fully disclosed to the public. I don't know. Right? Non-public information is the information that has not been disseminated to the public, right? That has not been disseminated to the public, right? In other words, not in another words, in other words, right? It's private information, right? In its totality, you still get 8 out of 10. Right, so first example, right, so basically you've mentioned all the examples. Again, take note of those words that I highlight, right? Cooperation. No, not cooperation, consent, right? There's a big difference between consent and cooperation, right? They should seek the creators in order. In order to what? In order to what? And use the information until it is approved. Wow. Do you know what you're saying here? That means you can use the information until it is approved. What do you mean? unless, right? Unless it has been approved. All right, unless it has been approved. All right. But this question is asking for examples, right? So I still give you full marks, 8 marks. Right, so question 2A, 10 out of 12. Right, must not cause any disadvantage to others, right? See your English. To others, clients benefit. Wow. To other client, to other client, no need benefit. It must not cause any disadvantage to other clients, plural. That's it. Again, the same mistake you make, right? All other client already knew, also knew, right? You must say it has been, yeah, this policy made known. Yeah, okay. All right. So that's why you got 10 marks. But because of your presentation, right? Again, better client. Right. He also provided the message to all his clients as fairly, right? As fair to all his clients fairly, no need as. You put as a, it screw up the whole sentence. And it did not harm their own benefit. Whose benefit? Harm their benefit, harm, either you harm the client or you withhold the benefit. All right, this part here. Okay, so he did not violate 2A. All right, so in totality, you got 10 marks. Right, B also you got 10 marks. Right, now this word here, have, right, should make reasonable efforts, right, should make, not should have reasonable effort, should make reasonable effort, right, blah, blah, blah. Right, Brandon stated to his client about Ken. Right, maybe like that, right? About the possibility of right, something like that. You see how much smoother. Okay, so Brandon did not give accurate and full disclosure. Yeah, okay, that's why I underline it. And he should tell, right? It's not tell. He should inform, right? He should inform his clients, plural. Right, as he should protect his clients. See how simple it is? It is unethical action and it is unfair to his client. Good, but you got all the points here, so in its totality, you still got 10 marks. Right, so we have another 3 minutes left. Part C, right? I don't know why you put an E here. Okay. Right, John has disseminated, right? John has disseminated. He was succeeded, right? He succeeded in manipulating the stock price, right? And trading volume to deceive people, to deceive investors. Come on, be more specific, right? His action was inappropriate as he will lose his integrity in the investment, as he will lose. All right. You know the difference between lose and loss? Loss is a noun, lose, right? This is the word to use, right? As he will lose his integrity. Right. So D, basically you got this wrong, right? Although the clients were rich people, right? He refused to pay the purchase fee. Wow. For his client. Are you sure for his client? For his group of wealthy client, right? And then this part is very badly written. Andrew acted for his client's benefit. So, but you got this wrong, and this is very badly written. You got 2 marks. Right. So E, right, in its totality, you got 10 marks. Right. To disclose, right? From disclosing, right? From disclosing. All right. Okay. So in its totality, yeah, you mentioned past quarter, right? And the expectation for next quarter, that's a good part, right? But there's some omission here, right? This information can be considered, right, as material information, right? This material information about a company's earning can also be considered, right? Something missing here, right? So these are your grammar mistakes. All right, you still have grammar mistakes. All right, so take note of your grammar mistakes, right? And your choice of words, right? Okay, you rich people, you know, and using a verb instead of using a noun instead of a verb. Okay. Any question, Fu Kawai? We have 30 seconds left. If not, we end the session. Fu Kawai, any question? All right, thank you. So now, I'll stop at Fu Kawai. So Lee Junhao, Agnes Yeo, Lim Xin Yi. I will go over your